Okay, so we are live. Okay, let me put Streamlabs up there.
Okie dokie.
Streamlabs, come on, fellas. What's going on? How do I... God, it's been a while. I forget how to do...
YouTube.
How do I YouTube?
You're a YouTuber. You should know how to YouTube.
I should YouTube more with the YouTubes.
Yeah, you probably should, actually.
My YouTube. Hi, Poke.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, good friend. Wait, hold on. Wait, was that actually YouTube? Because that said $20, and I don't recall getting $20 anytime. Can you hear us?
Are we clear?
Absurd. Hi, Stuart's wife. Sorry, forget your name.
Just call me Elena.
She is just Stuart's wife. That is your whole purpose in life, right?
People just call you Sass King and where I'm from, so...
Uh-huh.
Shut up.
You're just Stuart's wife. That's your whole
Hello,
identity.
Savannah.
That's your whole identity. It's your whole thing, and I love it. I'm going to go at everyone. At everyone. We're talking, says Poke, about the toy story. You're coming up right there and everything. Because you're adorable. We'll talk about the Toy Story 4 movie. It was cute. Come talk to us.
Boop.
Boop.
Send.
I wonder how many people like are
And,
actually.
you can copy paste that into mine.
Oh yeah, I probably should do that.
Yes, please do, because...
Kazmook. My name is Kazmook right now. I'm gonna drop it in your announcements. Sending to 900 people. What? Sending it to 900 people? That's a lot of people.
That's where I punched Stuart. I mean, I could.
I mean, promise.
Not like it would do anything. Oh.
I got 11 members in my server. What you got?
Just over 900, I think.
You got, what do you got? What do you got?
I don't know.
You got
Doesn't matter.
No, mine's bigger. You got 944. It's like baby numbers.
Do I have to smack a bitch? I'll smack a bitch.
Dio Brando going to have to choke a bitch.
How good is Existential Crisis work?
It's surprisingly good.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let's
actually,
go.
it is.
And record. Hey,
There we go. Hello.
We're recording. Hi,
Yeah.
everybody.
This is gonna be a double stream, and then we'll recording
We're gonna recording it,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna upload it for double the content, because that's how YouTube works.
I guess. I
Yeah.
want to see it. I liked it. I will say that right off the bat. I do think we should do our standard spoiler section versus no spoiler section.
So.
Starting with the non-spoiler section first.
So okay, I'll go over to the editor, and I'm
Yeah.
going to add a text thing.
Yep.
I'm going to add some text. Add source. Spoil. Adding new source. Non-spoiler time.
That works.
That works.
Beautiful. Perfect.
That's beautiful.
Perfect.
Just got it right there. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Good non-spoiler time. Check it out. Welcome, Pika Man Dance. I like seeing the Pika Man dance. It's Strem. It's time to Strem.
Yep.
And we're talking about Existential Fork. And what did you think of?
Existential Spork.
Oh, sorry, you're right. But its name is Forky.
I know, but this is a child. It's still a Spork.
Okay, so how did you like Existential Spork movie?
I actually really did like Existential Spork movie. It actually got me a couple of times.
I actually really liked Existential Spork
Yeah.
movie. Like, it was super good.
It was more good than... I mean, Pixar has done that before, where where the entire audience just went, "Why are you doing this, Pixar?" And then Pixar delivered, and we went, "Oh, that's why you did this, Pixar! Oh!"
And then they're like crying and going, "Why did you do this, Pixar? Why did you do this, Pixar?"
Oh my god!
And
Oh
you
my
spelled
god!
time. I spelled time wrong.
Oh no, it's not like he did that on purpose.
It's not like I wrote out
jokes.
time correctly, deleted it, and then thought it'd be funnier and memeier to write time incorrectly.
Gee, it's almost like it was a joke that people just didn't want to pay attention
Or,
to.
you know what? His joke level is so high that we missed his joke on our joke. So, really, who is the jokester here?
Oh, we're getting deep here,
I
man.
think this is like third level meme. Like, this is third. We have been surpassed by Poke there.
They say it's very hard to tell the difference between brilliance and stupidity sometimes.
You know what? Poke, you got us, man. You nailed it. So I like Existential Spork movie. It's a good movie. If you really don't want to see it, like you don't have to. Like it's just a movie. Did you see Matt Pat's Game Theory? I did see it.
We've watched it. Pixar makes you cry. Someone doing their job right. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was okay. It was really emotional. Like surprisingly emotional. The thing is, like, the Sporky's like the conflict.
But he's really the segue into the full overarching story. Like, he's in the trailers and everything, and it is funny.
Mm-hmm.
It is so much funnier than it should be. Like,
yeah.
they left the best parts out of the trailers, which, again, thank you, Pixar, for doing that.
Yeah, like, really, the movie's not about Sporky at all, or Forky.
No, Forky's just the instigator.
He's like the MacGuffin. He's essentially the MacGuffin of the movie.
MacGuffin. Yeah, he's an object that they must obtain and obviously get back. That's not a spoiler because it's been in the trailers all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it's not the story focused even a little. And
no, it was all about Woody, like, and
as it should be.
Yeah, no, it really, like, the Toy Story movies are really about Woody and him growing up with Andy. But you know, Andy's gone, and now
Woody's frustrated.
Yeah.
He's a poor sad baby.
I hate. Okay, so people are going to look into, like, you know, everyone nowadays looks into the symbolism of movies and like, oh, well, they got on a camel. That's supposed to represent oppression in the Middle East. No, you idiot. They just got on a camel.
They just happened to think that a camel fitted the setting more. That's all it was.
You're
going all Hawthorne Heights on this, ma'am. we don't need to do this. you dig it a little too deep. Sometimes a setting is just a setting.
Grab a shovel before you dig. Like,
oh my God.
So there is some symbolism, and like it talks about relationships a bit, and like duty versus like your own self-interest, and it's really good. Don't try to look for meaning where there's not. Like, don't think too hard. It's good, and it's emotional, and it's cute. And JoJo liked it.
Yeah,
that's all that matters.
Yeah, JoJo liked it. All of like the deep thinking stuff is
the big think.
Yeah, all of the
big think.
All of the big think stuff is actually in the interpersonal relationships.
Mm-hmm.
That's where all of it is. Like, there's nothing in this setting and anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could maybe argue the one setting, the antique store, was like a symbol of loneliness.
Kinda, like.
But that was more of like, just because they're antiques and they're old and dusty, and it's more thematic to the characters instead of being an actual like big overarching, this means something major.
Ooh, also big compliment to the like antagonist or villain in this movie.
Crap!
By the way, this is the only antagonist like that is genuinely sympathetic, and I would not call her an antagonist. Like,
she's just a person, a toy.
Like one of the,
in this universe that totally makes sense. And oh God, Woody. Oh.
Now, if you want to look for symbolism there, I think you could find it. We'll talk about that in spoiler tame. That leaf means Andy's from the future.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, don't think too hard about it.
Yeah, JoJo's in the background watching her tablet and yelling at YouTube. What a quinky dink, so are we.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, no, it's all the interpersonal stuff. Yeah, it's all of the.
I mean, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
If you were even slightly inclined to see it, go see it.
Yeah.
It's definitely worth your time. It's really well written. The jokes hit the bunny and the duck.
yeah.
Waste of time. I was annoyed by them the entire movie, and I generally like.
The only element I was annoyed by,
Yeah.
to be honest. Was,
I did not care about that.
Yeah, no, it was kind of. I get kind of why they wanted to do that, because they had to have a connection to the carnival theme or whatever.
I guess, but they
But
really. If you
yeah.
remove them from the movie, nothing changes.
Yeah, no.
Not even a little
But,
bit.
Like I get why they exist, but they don't need to.
Mm-hmm.
That's more what I'm saying. But yeah, no. The villain of the film is the best one out of all the Toy Story films. I mean,
Well, like first one was Sid. Sid was fine, and
Sid was just a crazy fun kid.
he was just
That
so
was fun.
extra.
Yeah,
he was and
exactly.
like Sid wasn't a bad kid. Like
just a
they,
kid.
yeah, he was
He was
just
a
a kid
teenager.
playing with his toys.
He was a
So
teenager.
he was.
And then
fun.
we had the toy barn owner guy.
Oh
Al.
yeah, Al's Toy Barn.
And he was fun too, and I liked him a lot.
And he was really extra, and he was really understandable.
I loved how like his entire all of his hopes and dreams completely crushed.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Like they ended up so terribly. And then we had Lotso.
Lotso was good.
Yeah, no, he was definitely good.
He wasn't fun.
No, but he
Yeah.
was very good, and I did love how now we were suddenly getting this very threatening vibe from other toys.
Mm-hmm.
That was what, and this Toy Story 4 took that
Wait,
element.
hold on. The hell, they were Key and Peele? The duck and the bunny was Key and Peele. How did I take it back. They were the best part of the movie. They are my favorite comedians right now. How the hell did I not recognize them?
Maybe because they're voice actors and they're good at that fucking job. Because they're voice actors and they're good at their damn job.
I know, but I was just shitting on them the entire time.
If you don't recognize them, they are doing a good job.
Okay, Key and Peele are talented. They're just not good in this movie. They didn't have anything.
Their
They didn't have
script-
anything good to do.
Their script was not funny.
Yeah, their
material that they were given to work with was not cohesive to their talents.
Mm-hmm.
The voice work was excellent, but their jokes were dumb.
Yeah, so
The
they're
jokes-
wasted. They're wasted.
Yeah, the jokes written for them were not suitable to them.
I can't believe Key and
So I can't figure it out.
well, I mean, like, no, they're not good in this movie. Like, they honestly are a waste of time. I would love to see more Key and Peele all the time. I don't care, but like, yeah, it just blew my mind that they're in this movie. So no, like they're a waste of time. Don't enjoy them.
No, they really are.
I mean, you can enjoy them. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, but I mean, we didn't. That
No.
was the thing.
Yeah, we didn't like them in the movie.
No, we did not. But I do think it probably was something to do with just celebrity voices.
I guess, and they want to. Yeah, like, man, they just were not useful in this movie.
No, they actually kind of got in the way a lot.
In fact, like the one joke, the Canadian, Yes We Canada.
Yes.
The stunt jumper, he was way more useful and funny in this movie.
He actually, well, his jokes fit in the universe, and they were actually cohesive to the story, and they let things go on, and it was just the right amount of fuck up and done right. I love that guy.
And the fact I was burning them in a dump. No, like, yeah, no, I love them. It's just like they weren't good in this movie. They're just bad. It's just bad. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Again, the only element we did not like
Was them.
but everything else was
no reason to watch the movie. Yeah. You Key and Peele are useless. Go to boycott it. Shut it down. We're done. We're done with this movie. Because Key and Peele were wasted. All right, and I think that's it. I think we got that. You ready to
now?
go on to spoiler
basically everything else we want to talk about, it has to deal with spoilers. Yeah. That might be confusing. Like, I don't know what you're trying to do. But I'm just saying it might be confusing. You might want to.
All right, fine.
Just for the people who are
delete,
watching it.
delete. Okay.
Spoiler time.
So spoiler time. If you don't want spoilers, go away.
Yep,
Isn't
bye.
Keanu Reeves in the movie? Is Keanu Reeves in the movie?
I don't know.
Is he just like everyone right now?
I mean, truth.
Toy Story 4
Cast.
IMBD. I don't think he's in the movie.
Cast.
It'll show the cast. Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, Bo Peep, Forky. Keanu Reeves is Duke Kaboom? He's Duke Kaboom?
Oh.
He was the Yes We Canada. Okay.
All right then.
I'm just getting what is with this all-star cast of just being
It's Pixar.
I mean, okay, yeah.
Dear God, how do you know the program at this point? It's Pixar. They can afford them.
Giggle McDipples.
Ali Maki.
Giggle McDimples.
Ali Maki.
Giggle.
She was funny too. She was hilarious.
Who's this? The little Polly Pocket thing.
Yeah,
that's
the Polly
right.
Pocket.
Oh, she was hilarious.
Yeah, no, she was
who else
funny.
isn't? Oh my God, it was Key and Peele. What the hell? Gabby was Christina Hendricks. Okay, yeah. So going into spoilers, Gabby as the antagonist
was fucking terrifying.
But also like really heart-wrenching because they introduce her like. Okay, so the people who made this movie clearly are fans of Five Nights at Freddy's. Because, like, the antique shop, like, had this really strong FNAF vibe.
Her henchmen were dummies. Like, ventriloquist dummies. And there was, like, a whole bunch of them. Like, they had been restored or something. And she was terrifying at first. Like, that's what I'm talking about with Lotso. We got the very first intimidating toy instead of a human being the scary part. And they took that element and pushed it up to 11. And there were some legitimately like they were talking about mutilating Woody, and I was like, "Holy shit!" It was scary.
Let's introduce this real quick.
All
So
right.
anyway, it's exactly what it seems like in the trailers. In the trailers, Bonnie makes Forky, and then they go on a road trip. That's like first 20 minutes.
Well, besides the first 5.
What was the first 5?
The first 5 minutes we got a 9-year.
Oh, it was a little montage. That's right.
Well, it was in the rain scene, the rescue scene with RC.
Oh, I forgot about that. They explained how Bo Peep disappeared.
The first 5 minutes made me cry.
What are you thinking? I was like, movie. What do you think you are?
Okay.
Up?
Yeah, no. Okay. So from the start, the first 5 minutes is actually a scene where
it's a flashback.
It's a flashback back with Kid Andy. Okay. And they have to do Andy got stuck out in the rain playing with his toys, and all the toys have to go do a rescue mission to save RC, the toy car from 1 and 2. And they apparently this is the same night. They do this mission. It's a great scene. It's a very classic Toy Story toy rescue scene. And with Woody, Buzz, and Jesse, and all of them. And Bo Peep they have to go through Bonnie's room, or Molly's room.
Molly, yep.
And Bo Peep helps out, but in the middle of the rescue, things get closed down, and Bo Peep is being taken away to a new home, and we have to get this. We get this really, really sad goodbye scene between Woody and Bo, and it's kind of heart-wrenching, like absolutely twist your gut, heart-wrenching. It was sad.
It was sad. No, I agree.
Oh my God.
It was really sad.
He was about to go with Bo in the box. They made space for him and everything. And Andy comes out crying, "Where's Woody?" in the rain. He's searching for Woody, and Woody can't leave. He wanted to go. He was this close to going with Bo, but he turns around and he turns lifeless for Andy to find him because.
No, that was really good.
God.
That was really sad.
No, it was.
It was really good.
It was, yeah, it was. It was so sad because he wanted to go with Bo. You could tell he wanted to go. For toys, they make the most crazy, desperate, heart-wrenching expressions.
They do that thing too, where the toy has to be solid, but then you could tell that they're noticing each other, and they do you could tell that the gears are turning, and they think because, then we do the time skip.
Yeah, and we're back with Bonnie.
Forky's made Bonnie road trip.
Yeah, after an amazing transition montage scene, by the way, the animators did grade A. Holy shit. Anyway, Go on.
So
and road trip.
Okay, and so Forky's trying to go into the trash the whole time,
Yeah,
and he succeeds in throwing himself out the window, and then Woody goes out the window, and they even like call that out in universe. Is like, why is everyone going out the window anymore?
Yeah, I know. Looks like love isn't real if it isn't from Andy and Woody.
Yeah, oh my God.
Yeah, but Woody goes off, and he says. They make sure that he can make it first. Like they say how many miles it is, and he's like, okay, I can make that, and blah blah blah. I'll meet you there. And
so they pick up Forky and they go into this town,
mm-hmm.
and they know that they're gonna stop at a bus. Yep.
And Woody and Forky have like they implied they've talked the entire time. So Woody's given Forky all of like how to be a toy advice and his entire basically catching him up on his whole life. That's really good. It's a good way to give Forky that moment of realization and. Because he's having a hard time coming to terms with what he is.
He did a complete 180 because, he wants to go in the trash. And like, why do you want to go in the trash? Well, it's because in trash you feel warm. Well, that's how Molly?
That's how Bonnie.
That's how Bonnie feels with you. Oh, that's how I gotta
need to go to Bonnie! Get me back to Bonnie!
So they're about to, but then they discover an antique store. And in the antique store, not Andy, Woody. Sorry.
No, it's okay. There's a lot of names going around.
Woody sees Bo Peep's nightstand, her lamp.
In the thing. So he's like, he still sees it, and he's like, okay, wait a minute. And they go in to the antique store because and Forky is like, we need to go back to Bonnie, and Woody's like, well, wait just 1 minute. I might have a friend here, and I really want to go see her. Mm-hmm. And he makes it a point to try to see. I mean, he didn't even know if it's the same lamp. He just thinks it might be her. Mm-hmm. And
so they break into this antique store. They slip him through like a mailbox, whatever.
Yeah.
And then they go in through the store, and then they encounter the antagonist. What's her name? I just need Gabby. And they encounter Gabby being pushed in a stroller.
Antique stroller.
It's
a doll stroller.
And she's being pushed by a dummy that can't speak.
Yeah.
Great touch, by the way.
Yeah, the ventriloquist dummies do not have voices of their own, which is yes.
Yeah, but like the way they move, it was like very Five Nights at Freddy's and very horror-filled. Yeah.
They limped. Mm-hmm. It's like because they're not made to stand on their own. Mm-hmm. They can barely support themselves, so they limped around. And she she's talking to Woody, and she says, "Well, hello," and she's being pushed around on her morning stroller. She puts it herself, and she seems very sweet and helpful at first, and you almost think that it's going to be okay, and then the vibe starts coming in.
Yeah, because she figures out right away that like Woody was made in the 50s, and Gabby is like an old 50s doll, and so she's like, "Oh, we were probably made in the same factory."
That would be neat.
Yeah, she's like, well, I have a voice box, and your voice box still works. I bet they're the same parts. I bet I could use that in order to talk again. And so, like, she's just
man,
like...
it got horror vibes real freaking fast.
It went from 0 to 100 real quick.
Uh-huh.
Hey, kiddo.
I don't have to, lady.
What?
I don't have to, lady.
What's going on? Come here.
Hey, lady.
A wild JoJo appears. Oh. Okay. Ooh.
Hello, lady.
Hi. Hey, did you like Toy Story?
Yeah.
Who is your favorite character?
Forky, Beep, Bo, Beep.
Anybody else?
It?
Yeah, lady.
And a cup of tea.
And a cup of tea.
Yeah, no, what was it
lady.
really got creepy fast because she said, "Oh, you're not going anywhere because you have what I need right in there." And then it had like that zoom shot on Woody's chest, and I'm like, "Jeez." Like, that is the straight up mutilation speak for them. Like, straight up. And I was like,
hey, lady.
Wow, we went there. Okay.
You being okay?
I'm being
You feel okay?
Yeah,
anyway.
Lady.
Are you gonna go play?
Quick, Stuart, get the
Lights
basketball.
are up, lady.
Alright. I love you.
Bye-bye.
Lady.
I'm leaving now. Look at this. Anyway.
So yeah,
that was what happened there. I mean, and the rest of the ventriloquist dummies came in because she has like a small army of them, and you're not going anywhere. You got what? So
anyway,
yeah.
like they escape. They run into Bo Peep. It's a really good moment. Like they do this thing. You know, the toys notice each other, but they can't move. And really cute reunion. I don't want to give a play-by-play of the whole movie.
Yeah, no.
But, like-
I'm just covering the parts that I remember stick out in my mind. Stuck out in my mind. Oh gosh.
Bo Peep's doing fine on her own. She's a lost toy, and she's organizing all these other toys who like get to play with the kids who show up at the park. It's really cute, actually.
No, it is because like these toys they don't belong to a kid, but they all wait at the playground and they get to be played with like all of the people who visit the playground all the time. So being a lost toy is actually shown to be not a terrible thing. You still get played with.
But they do like say something like along the lines of, you know, being a kid's toy is like the highest, what is it, the most noble thing a toy can do or something.
Yeah, they use that phrase a little bit, and it's, I know Polka, but it's still, man, I want to go. No, it's still that kind of
They say "ow" and they lose their breath. Like they're like something does happen and they can like feel pain, sorta. Like
yeah. I mean
they express
still the idea and the fact that Woody was horrified was enough to hone on the point that it was not a pleasant thing. Like it doesn't have to be incredibly painful or entirely to be, you know, body horror is a type of mental imagery that comes to mind too.
Also, and the other thing I didn't necessarily care for, Buzz Lightyear got dumber or something.
I think no. I actually have a theory about this.
When he switched to Spanish and back to English, it messed with him?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Woody talks about having a consciousness, and Buzz doesn't get it. I actually kind of have picked up on this on Woody's character for like a while. He always seems to be a little bit more smarter, a little bit more intuition than the other toys. That's why he was a natural leader. I honestly think that maybe not all toys develop a consciousness.
Maybe, but Buzz always showed like ingenuity and like initiative.
Yeah, he did, but he never really showed the loyalty. He learned that from Woody.
I guess, but like he was never dumb, and he never like didn't like he showed like in the previous movies he showed a lot of initiative. This time he just seemed lost the entire time. Like when Woody went missing in Toy Story 2, Buzz was the first one to organize a hunt.
Yeah, because it was his best friend.
Yeah, and like
yeah, and I get it. It's just it does seem like I've always gotten that hint that there was always something extra about Woody, though.
I don't know. Are kids' toys like paladins sworn to a god? I wouldn't say that.
I would say maybe Woody's personality made him like that, but that's about it.
I don't know. It's hard to say. Here's the thing. Like, if you start establishing lore to Toy Story, like, Toy Story's always had rules, but if you start establishing hard lore, you kind of ruin it. Like,
yeah.
I'm almost annoyed that they're doing all of these, like, new things. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's unnecessary. Like, Forky's kind of unnecessary. Like,
Forky's unnecessary, but, I mean, honestly, let's be real. This movie is unnecessary, except the fact that it will make money, and it is actually a well-written movie.
But here's the thing: Forky was so like that you could have replaced Forky with almost anything. You could have replaced him with a different toy. The themes of the movie would have stayed the same. The movie is not about Forky's alive. Oh Jesus Christ! What does that mean? The movie's about Woody moving on and being with Bo Peep. Like, I know we skipped like the entire summary of the movie, and that's fine. I don't care. You should go see it. Really, the big themes of the movie is moving on.
Yeah, and it's kind of also, the way I would describe it is it actually kind of is a love story with a Toy Story skin painted onto it.
Yeah, and it's really cute.
It really is. Like but that is essentially what it boils down to. It is about Woody and Bo Peep.
Mm-hmm.
And it is about Woody moving on from being attached to a single kid and going out and finding it. Because he's old.
Mm-hmm.
He's so old, and he's kind of done and tired, and he's not getting played with like he used to because he's not Andy's toy anymore. He was Andy's favorite toy, but Bonnie, Dolly runs the room.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a natural born leader, but he's got nothing to lead anymore. And, then here comes Bo Peep with all these new street skills. And he's being impressed as they go along. And, he's like, oh, well, I don't know if I could live without a kid. And Bo Peep is like, you sure? Because you're doing an awfully good job right here.
Yeah, no, like, it's discovering he can live without a kid. He just needs a purpose. And
he needs somebody to live for. And if it's not going to be a kid, because he knows that Ronnie's going to grow up and he's going to have to experience the whole thing all over again. And he doesn't know if he wants to. Now, this is not a great correlation, but it's almost like Kung Fu Panda, how, the first movie was him learning that, he's a dragon warrior. Mm-hmm.
Second movie is him accepting what happened to him and moving on. Third movie is him passing, becoming a teacher and...
It's life lessons. That's it's all just very basic life lessons, because everybody has to move and grow on from what they were before. Everybody, all the time. We change as humans constantly, and that's all that's happening here. It's just done in a more big and showy way. But all of the elements are simple, and that's really what makes a lot of these movies work so damn well, is that they keep it personal, they keep it relatable. And
I'm willing to put down money that Forky is only there to get people like Film Theory to promote the movie for them.
I mean,
like, I'm willing to
very...
throw a lot of money down on that.
You're probably not wrong, because a lot of people love... It's a very big thing now for people to pick apart every tiny little detail. And the thing is...
Are we still live?
It doesn't really have to. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Move closer to the mic. All right, pushing.
You're quiet comparatively. Oh, okay.
Okay. Tell you what. Let me move this to omnidirectional. There we go.
Let's see. Does that work?
Is that better?
Boop.
Boop.
But yeah, no. It's. Where was I?
Experiences, growing as people.
Yeah, and all the actual life lessons being a simple story just told in a fantastical way, and that's really what Pixar excels at in these senses. I mean, even with Cars 3, which is I love that movie, by the way.
Because all the threes are all about moving on and.
Because they have to. I mean, there's always an entry when you do a sequel. You will always have to move on from the last one. That's the only way you make a sequel work. I mean, all of the Toy Story sequels were about moving on in some way or another. But that's
it's a great sequel. Like
it is, yeah.
I like that. Could Elena move closer? Who's Elena? Do you mean Stuart's wife? I apologize if I spelled that wrong.
You're fine. But
she's just my wife. That's all she is.
And you're just a dick.
I mean,
that's all you think with.
Yeah. I mean, the shoe fits.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, no. So it's a very smart move to stick to those themes and to just accentuate them with not really big, huge problems, but hey, we lost this toy and it's going to lead to a bunch of complications, and that's all it is. Oh, man. I really liked this movie.
No,
but it is a romance, first and foremost.
Yeah, I really liked it. I think I'm 99% certain Forky was only there as a viral marketing gimmick. Like, he was all over the promotional material, and in this movie, he's just kind of a means to an end.
Yep.
He does not matter.
A living MacGuffin.
He literally, yeah. And at the end of the movie, there's another one, and they're like, why are we alive? Why am I alive? And he goes, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just.
Okay.
I love that response, though.
The existential crisis thing is also kind of a hot trend too, and it is funny to watch. Yeah, I mean, the Scooby-Doo Supernatural episode did it.
Oh my god,
that was hilarious.
That almost annoyed me.
It almost annoyed me too, but then it was just so goddamn funny to hear and watch. I enjoyed it so much.
That means Scooby can die. We can't have that.
Yeah. Nope. So it's those kinds of things that I think you're probably right. It probably was thrown in there for a marketing push, or hey, people think about this, or hey, we want to follow this trend. But it was still done well enough that I'm not bothered. But yeah, it's definitely one that you dangle too many questions in front of it, and you start going, now wait a minute.
Like
now wait a minute. The logic here is not quite adding up.
Yeah.
Like
also, like, is Bonnie the first one to make this? Is she the only one to make this? It literally doesn't matter, and it's never gonna get addressed. I hope it doesn't. I hope Bonnie is the only person that can make these. Simply because it annoys me so much that, like, you're bringing up questions that aren't relevant to anything.
Yeah, and I did kind of really like the idea that he was so attracted to the trash at first because, like, he was brought to life, but he's like, I was meant to, you know, maybe be...
I was meant to be thrown away.
Yeah.
Like, it was very... Actually, part of me thinks, like, okay, half marketing and then half, like, Rick and Morty tribute, because, like, it felt very Rick and Morty, where Forky's like, I want to go in the trash the entire time.
Yeah.
And, like, that was his whole thing. He wanted to...
That also makes sense to the universe, because when, like, a toy like Woody, you know, wakes up, you know, their entire first instinct is to, I'm a toy for a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And Woody just happened to live that so perfectly for so long, now he's having a hard time breaking out of it. It took him that long to break away from it. So, it still makes sense in the universe. It both fits in and breaks the logic in perfect ways.
Mm-hmm.
It does both of it simultaneously.
Yeah.
And I think that's fine.
I don't hate it. It's just... It like, if you think about it even for a minute, like,
Again, the film theory is, you know, pretty much...
It's just film theory bait. That's all it is.
Yeah, and that's also fine. I totally get
Kind
why.
of, like, if that's what it was, and I really hope it was, then you just played the entire internet, and that's real good.
Yeah,
Forky
no.
should have been bisexual. Okay, I think that's a joke.
Pretty sure, because I'm pretty sure the toys don't have...
Because he's both ways. He's spoon and fork. What about knives, huh? Knives are non-binary, and you didn't include that in there.
Shut up.
So wait, no, hold on. He ends up with a knife at the end of the movie. So that means he's pansexual, which means this expands the idea that Bonnie could make a toy out of kitchenware, and that could be the pansexual character because it would be a pan.
Son?
But it's also racist, and then it has to learn that women can vote too. Okay, and then we start sex toy suffrage movement, and then
You can shut up now.
Stop. Sex toy lives matter.